Herman, the 1979, you wrote an article in an academic journal on a problem-oriented approach to policing. This article's had an enormous influence in American policing. Just briefly, can you tell us what is problem-oriented policing?
Well, it's been identified as a philosophy, as a program, etc. I like to see it as this. It essentially is an effort to refocus attention within police departments and to integrate into police operations a concern about the substance of policing, about what police do and the impact of their work. And it's an effort to look at specific parts of police business, the pieces of police business, and the behavioral problems that they have to deal with, to examine those problems in great detail and in great depth in ways that they have not been examined in the past, to try to find out what gives rise to them. Having done that and having engaged in the analysis in some depth, to come up with new strategies and new responses for dealing with them that have emphasized two things. One is prevention, and the other is possible use of alternatives to the criminal justice system as a way of dealing with the problems. Right. And then to implement that and evaluate it and contribute to the building of knowledge about how to respond to those problems.
But problem-oriented policing is important because it's really a pretty radical alternative to what you've called the generic approach to policing. Can you tell us what the generic approach is?
Well, the traditional policing, the standard model of policing, has several different strategies for dealing with problems on the street, whether it's patrol, whether it's investigation of cases. I call these generic responses. In problem-oriented policing, one comes up with a strategy in response to each of the specific problems that police confront, and there are hundreds of them, and that is based upon an analysis, research, and is driven by data.
The standard model is not research-based, or not driven by?
Well, there's been a lot of research relating to the standard model, but I think it's correct to say that for the most part it has just evolved over the years, and the field is very wedded to these generic responses that they often use without thinking through what might be a more appropriate response to a specific problem, because each of these problems is very different one from the other.
Good, we'll have a chance to get into some of those